All right, so picture this. You're prepping for a costume designer interview,
Oh, yeah.
and you've got those pre-show jitters.
Yeah.
That's where we come in. This deep dive,
Mm-hmm.
we're going backstage
Mm-hmm.
with RoleCatcher's career and interview guides.
Okay.
We're going to use their insights and their AI to help you steal the show.
You know what's so cool about costume design
Yeah.
is that it goes way beyond just like the stage.
Right.
We're talking movies, TV, even themed events.
Yeah.
Like, think about the visual impact of Game of Thrones or the Met Gala.
Oh, yeah.
That's the power of a good costume designer.
It really is a diverse field. That's why we're diving deep into these RoleCatcher guides.
Absolutely.
We're going to unpack common interview questions,
Okay.
reveal some insider tips, and show you how RoleCatcher can help you craft those perfect answers.
Awesome.
So first, let's start by understanding the role itself.
Sure.
What exactly does a costume designer do?
You know, it's not just about pretty clothes. It's about visual storytelling, bringing characters and narratives to life through research, design, and like really meticulous execution.
Yeah, the RoleCatcher definition mentions creating these concepts
Yeah.
for everything, performances, events, you name it.
Right.
It also talks about collaborating with artistic directors and technicians.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a real team effort.
Big time.
Yeah.
And you know the interviewer is going to want to see that you understand that collaborative aspect.
Right.
They'll be looking for someone who can not only design, but also communicate effectively.
Yeah.
Solve problems, work harmoniously in a team.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Okay, now on to those nerve-wracking interview questions. So first
Definitely.
up, this one always pops up. How did you get interested in costume design?
Yeah.
Seems simple enough,
It does.
but what are they really after here?
You know, I think this is your chance to really showcase your passion.
Okay.
The interviewer wants to see that spark, that genuine excitement that you have for the craft. Think back to some of your most pivotal moments, you know, like a play that really moved you,
Yeah.
maybe a historical exhibit that just blew your mind,
Yeah.
even a film where the costumes totally stole the show.
Right.
Share those experiences authentically and let your personality shine through.
You know what I think also helps
What's that?
is connecting those experiences
Okay.
back to the skills that you've actually developed.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you were obsessed with like historical fashion as a kid,
Uh-huh.
you could talk about how that fueled your research skills and your
Yeah.
attention to detail.
Totally. And specific examples.
Yeah.
They really make you memorable.
Okay.
Did you design costumes for your school plays?
Right.
Help friends with their Halloween looks? All those little details
Yeah.
add color and depth to your story.
Okay, so we've nailed the origin story.
Right.
Now let's tackle question number 2.
Mm.
How do you approach the design process for a new production?
Ooh.
This one seems a bit more technical.
Yeah, it is. But
Mhm.
you can think of it as sharing your recipe for creating stunning costumes.
Okay.
Start with research.
All right.
How do you immerse yourself in the world of that production? Do you dive into scripts, historical texts, maybe create mood boards?
Right.
Walk them through your process
Yeah.
and highlight your organization and your creativity.
I bet a lot of the listeners have their own unique systems for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe they have a go-to online archive
Oh, yeah.
or a favorite museum they always visit for inspiration.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then talk about collaboration.
Okay.
How do you work with the director, the set designer, the lighting team
Right.
to make sure that your costumes fit seamlessly into that overall vision?
Because a costume isn't just a standalone piece.
No.
Right. It has to work in harmony with everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't forget those practical aspects.
Oh, right.
The interviewer wants to see that you can balance artistry with real-world constraints.
Mhm.
So how do you factor in budgets,
Yeah.
deadlines, the actor's needs?
This is where those stories
Yes.
about overcoming challenges really come in handy.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever have to get creative with limited resources
Mm-hmm.
or find a last-minute solution to a costume malfunction?
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Those anecdotes really showcase your problem-solving skills
Yeah.
and your ability to think on your feet.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI can really help.
Oh, tell me more.
So their platform analyzes job descriptions to highlight specific
I'll
keywords
tell ya.
and skills that employers are looking for.
Gotcha.
So if a job posting emphasizes budget management,
Right.
you can make sure to weave that into your answer.
Yeah, that's clever.
It's like having a personalized cheat sheet.
I like it.
Okay, on to question number 3. How do you stay up to date on current fashion trends and historical fashion trends?
Wow.
It's like they want you to be a time traveler?
A little bit, yeah. But they're looking for that insatiable curiosity. So showcase your commitment to lifelong learning by mentioning blogs, podcasts, industry events that you follow.
Right.
For historical trends, you could mention specific museums, archives, maybe even your personal collection of vintage fashion books.
Yeah, but it's not just about name-dropping those things.
No, absolutely not.
You have to show how you actually synthesize those influences into your work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did a contemporary fashion show inspire like a futuristic costume design?
Right.
Did a historical textile exhibit influence your choice of fabrics?
Okay.
Connect the dots for them.
And you can use RoleCatcher to practice answering these questions.
Yeah.
And get AI-powered feedback.
That's awesome.
It's like having a personal stylist for your interview responses,
I love that.
helping you refine your delivery and content.
Awesome.
Okay, let's move on to a question that often trips people up. Can you describe a time when you had to work within a tight budget for a production?
Ooh, good one.
Don't let this one intimidate you.
Yeah.
This is your chance to showcase your resourcefulness.
Right.
Like that saying, necessity is the mother of invention.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Choose an example where you had to get creative, maybe repurposing old costumes, sourcing materials in unconventional ways,
Yeah.
or even collaborating with local artisans.
Right.
Highlight your ability to think outside the box
Okay.
and deliver stunning results within those limitations.
Don't be afraid to get specific.
Yeah,
Did you transform curtains into Elizabethan gowns?
that's a good one.
Or use recycled materials to create avant-garde headpieces?
I love it.
Yeah, those details make your story come alive.
Right.
And again, you can use RoleCatcher's AI to analyze the specific job description
Okay.
and tailor your answer
Mm-hmm.
to highlight the skills they're prioritizing.
Gotcha.
If they're looking for someone who's cost-conscious and innovative,
Mm-hmm.
make sure to emphasize those aspects of your experience.
That's such a good advice.
This is starting to feel like a superpower.
I know, right?
Okay, on to question number 5. How do you ensure that costumes are both visually stunning and functional for the actors?
Oh, okay.
So it's a delicate balance, isn't it?
It is. And the interviewer wants to see that you understand the needs of the performers. How do you ensure comfort, mobility, durability?
Yeah.
Do you involve the actors in the design process?
Oh.
Do you have a deep understanding of fabrics and construction techniques?
So think about those times when you went the extra mile for an actor.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you added like hidden pockets for props.
Love it.
Or used breathable fabrics.
Yes.
For a physically demanding dance sequence.
So smart.
Yeah.
Those details demonstrate your commitment to the actor's well-being
Mhm.
and your understanding of how costumes can impact performance.
And this is where that section on functions and core abilities in the RoleCatcher Career Guide
Oh, yeah.
really comes in handy.
Yes.
It outlines these essential skills,
Uh-huh.
like active listening, coordination,
Mhm.
and critical thinking.
Mm.
All super crucial for navigating these collaborative challenges.
They are.
Right.
For sure.
And you can use RoleCatcher's question library to practice different variations of this question.
Oh, that's cool.
It might be phrased as, how do you collaborate with actors on costume design?
Okay.
Or how do you ensure costumes support the actor's movements?
Gotcha.
So much to think about. Okay, on to question number 6. How do you manage multiple projects at once and prioritize your workload?
Oh, yeah.
Time management is key in this field.
Absolutely. The interviewer wants to see that you are organized,
Mm.
efficient, and able to handle those inevitable deadline pressures.
Right, because deadlines.
Always there.
Yeah.
Share your systems for staying on top of things.
Okay.
Whether it's color-coded calendars, meticulous to-do lists, or even like project management software.
And don't be afraid to get a little personal here.
Okay.
Do you have any morning rituals or productivity hacks
Oh, yeah,
that help you stay focused?
for sure. Those little details make you relatable and memorable.
Oh,
And remember, you can use RoleCatcher's AI to analyze the specific company culture. Are they a fast-paced startup
Wow.
or a more traditional theater company?
Okay.
Adjust your answer to align with their work style.
All right, final question for this section. Can you describe a time when you had to resolve a conflict with a director or another member of the production team?
Oh, boy.
This one always makes me nervous.
Yeah, conflict is inevitable in any creative collaboration, but it's about how you handle it.
Okay.
So the interviewer is looking for diplomacy, problem-solving skills, and the ability to maintain positive relationships.
So choose an example
Yeah.
where you demonstrated active listening, empathy, and a willingness to find a solution that worked for everybody involved.
That's key.
Yeah.
And focus on the positive outcome?
Okay.
Did the conflict lead to a more creative solution?
Right.
Did it strengthen your communication skills?
Yeah.
Frame it as a learning experience.
And RoleCatcher can help you tailor your answer to highlight those soft skills
Oh, for sure.
that are so crucial in collaborative environments.
Yeah.
So things like communication, teamwork, conflict resolution, all highly valued by employers.
Absolutely.
And that wraps up our deep dive
Okay.
into those common interview questions.
Awesome.
But we're just getting started.
All right.
Stay tuned as we explore how RoleCatcher can truly elevate your preparation
Okay.
and help you stand out in this competitive field.
Sounds good. Welcome back. So we just tackled those tough interview questions. Now let's explore how RoleCatcher can give you that extra edge. Starting with those automated recruiters, they can be a real hurdle, can't they?
Absolutely. It's like your CV disappears into a black hole.
I know.
But RoleCatcher's AI-powered CV builder
Yes.
is designed to crack the code.
What does that mean?
It analyzes job descriptions, identifies the keywords that make those algorithms happy,
Okay.
and helps tailor your CV for each application.
So it's not just about sprinkling in a few buzzwords.
Exactly. It's about making sure your CV is structured to be both human readable
Right.
and algorithm friendly, highlighting those achievements
Yeah.
in a way that actually gets you noticed.
Oh, that's smart.
It's like having a secret decoder ring for those job applications.
I love that.
Okay, so we've got our CV looking sharp.
Okay.
We've practiced our answers.
Yeah.
But what about those unexpected questions?
Oh, yeah.
The ones that just totally throw you off your game.
Happens all the time.
That's where RoleCatcher's vast question library comes in.
Tell me more.
It's this treasure trove of potential interview questions,
Okay.
categorized by career and skill.
Gotcha.
You can even practice answering them and get AI-powered feedback on your content and delivery.
Now, this AI feedback is fascinating to me. Can you walk me through how it actually works? Does it analyze your tone of voice or your body language?
It can, especially if you're using the video practice feature.
Oh, wow.
The AI picks up on these subtle cues,
Okay.
like if you're using too much jargon, or your tone is too casual.
Interesting.
It's like having a personal interview coach, just like right there, providing personalized feedback, helping you refine your answers and present yourself in the best possible light.
I mean, that's incredible.
It really does take the guesswork out of interview prep.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the tech side, but let's not forget the human element.
Yeah, for sure.
RoleCatcher's career guide for costume designers is packed with insights.
Absolutely.
It's not just about prepping for that interview, it's about understanding the career path itself.
Right.
It dives into those different stages, from entry level to senior positions.
Oh, cool.
It helps you visualize your future and set realistic goals.
I like that. It's like a roadmap.
Yeah.
So you're not just, stumbling through your career blindly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example
Yeah, for sure.
of how the guide breaks down these stages?
Sure. Let's say you're just starting out. The entry-level costume designer profile might describe someone, assisting those senior designers, conducting research, helping with sketches, even participating in fittings and alterations.
Right. So they're really learning the ropes, building their skills, soaking up all that knowledge.
Exactly, yeah.
That sounds so valuable, getting to learn from those who've already paved the way.
For sure.
And then as you progress,
Yeah.
you might move into that mid-level costume designer role, taking on more responsibility,
Right.
developing your own design concepts, collaborating more directly with the artistic team,
Yeah.
maybe even supervising others.
Totally.
It's like leveling up in a video game,
Yeah, I like that.
gaining new skills and responsibilities as you go.
That's a great analogy.
And eventually, you might reach that, coveted senior costume designer level,
Right.
leading the entire costume design process for a production.
Yeah.
That's the dream, right? But what does that actually look like day to day?
Well, the senior costume designer profile might describe someone who's working closely with directors and producers
Okay.
to develop that overall artistic vision, creating those detailed sketches and designs, managing the costume crew, sourcing fabrics,
Right.
mentoring junior designers.
Yeah, so it's a multifaceted role
It is.
that requires both creative vision and leadership skills.
Absolutely.
It's like being the architect, the artist, and the manager all rolled into one.
I love that.
This guide really paints a vivid picture
Yeah.
of what a career in costume design
Mm-hmm.
can actually look like.
It does.
And it goes even deeper, outlining those essential skills and knowledge areas
Right.
that you'll need to succeed at each stage.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit.
Okay.
What are some of those core skills
Sure.
that every aspiring costume designer should
Yeah.
be working on?
Well, active listening is paramount. You need to truly understand the director's vision, the actor's needs, and the overall tone of the production.
Right.
It's about reading between the lines
Mm-hmm.
and picking up on those subtle cues.
So it's like being a detective,
Yeah.
gathering all these clues from everybody involved
Exactly.
to create those perfect costumes.
I love that.
And then there's time management. Deadlines are tight,
Oh, yeah.
and you're often juggling multiple projects.
Right.
So organization and prioritization are key,
Big time.
because in the world of theater, the show must go on
It has to.
no matter what.
The show must go on.
So you need to be able to handle those pressure situations with,
Great.
grace and efficiency.
Absolutely.
And coordination is so crucial, right?
Oh, yeah.
You're working with a large team, seamstresses, prop masters, wig makers.
Right.
Clear communication is essential to keep everyone on the same page.
Totally. It's the conducting an orchestra, making sure all those different instruments are playing in harmony.
I love that analogy.
But-
And then, of course, there's critical thinking.
Yeah.
Unexpected challenges are going to arise,
Always.
and you need to be able to think on your feet and find solutions quickly.
Like if a costume rips right before curtain call,
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
talk about pressure.
Pressure situation.
You need to assess the situation, think outside the box, and come up with a fix, often with limited resources and time.
And we can't forget about the artistic skills.
No, for sure.
A costume designer needs that keen eye for detail, a strong understanding of color and texture,
Yeah.
and the ability to translate a vision
Right.
into a tangible, wearable garment.
Exactly.
It's a blend of artistry, technical skill, and a deep understanding of how clothing can actually tell a story.
Beautifully said.
So we've talked about the skills,
Mhm.
but what about those knowledge areas?
Yeah.
What does an aspiring costume designer need to know
Yeah.
to truly excel?
Well, a strong foundation in historical periods and cultures is essential. You might be designing for a Shakespearean play one day and a futuristic sci-fi film the next.
Right.
You need that breadth of knowledge.
So it's like having this mental encyclopedia of fashion history.
It really is.
And staying up to date on current fashion trends is also crucial.
Absolutely.
You need to know what's happening on those runways, in the streets, and even on social media.
Right.
Fashion's constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And a good costume designer needs to have their finger on the pulse.
Totally. Because a costume designer who's stuck in the past is, well, out of style.
Right.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher provides curated resources to help you stay informed. Articles, trend reports,
Oh, cool.
even links to virtual museum exhibits.
It's like having a personal fashion librarian.
I know.
Okay, so we've covered the skills, the knowledge, the career path.
We have.
Anything else we should know before we move on?
Let's just circle back to those alternative titles we mentioned
Oh,
earlier. You know, costume design, it's not limited to just those traditional theater roles.
Look.
Your skills could transfer to film, television, video games, even historical reenactment societies.
So my dream job might be hiding in a place I hadn't even considered.
It's possible.
That's exciting.
RoleCatcher's related careers and adjacent careers sections
Okay.
can open up a whole world of possibilities.
It's like having a career GPS,
I've loved that.
helping you navigate those unexpected detours and discover new opportunities.
Absolutely.
I love that. It's all about being open to those possibilities
Yeah.
and seeing how your skills can translate across different fields.
For sure.
Speaking of possibilities, I'm curious to learn more about those bonus RoleCatcher features you mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we dive into those?
Yeah, let's dive in. So we've talked about how RoleCatcher can help you tailor your CV, practice those answers,
Right.
but there's more. They also have this fantastic network management tool.
Network management. I thought we were prepping for like a costume design interview,
I know, right?
not building a social media empire.
You know, think of it as like curating your own dream team. You can import your contacts, organize them by project or skill set,
Okay.
and even track your interactions, all within the RoleCatcher platform.
So it's like a supercharged address book,
Yeah.
but specifically for building those professional relationships
Yes.
in the costume design world. I can see how valuable that would be, especially in such a collaborative field.
Exactly. It helps you stay organized and top of mind with those key players,
Wow.
fabric suppliers, prop masters, even those talented seamstresses who can work miracles under pressure.
It's like having a personal assistant who specializes in networking.
I love that.
Okay, so we've covered the interview prep, the career insights, the networking.
Yeah.
Anything else we should know before we send our listeners out into the world of costume design?
I think it's good to circle back to those alternative titles
Okay.
in the RoleCatcher guide. Remember, costume design isn't confined to just the stage. Your skills could be applied to, like footwear design, puppet design, even textile design.
I'm starting to see costume design as this incredibly versatile skill set.
It is.
So if I'm interested in fashion, but not necessarily theater,
Right.
I could still leverage this experience.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing those transferable skills,
Yeah.
creativity, problem solving, attention to detail,
Right.
and tailoring your applications accordingly. RoleCatcher's related careers and adjacent career sections, they can really help you explore those alternative paths.
It's like they've anticipated every possible career detour
Oh, right.
and provided a map to navigate those unexpected turns. Amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Any final words of wisdom before we close the curtain on this deep dive?
Remember, interview prep is just the first act. Never stop learning, experimenting, and pushing your creative boundaries.
Okay.
Attend workshops, take classes, follow industry blogs, immerse yourself in the world of fashion and design.
And above all, hold on to that spark,
Yeah.
that passion that drew you to this field in the first place.
Right.
Let that enthusiasm shine through in every interview, every design, every project you take on.
Beautifully said. That's what truly sets a costume designer apart, that genuine love for the craft.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of costume design interviews.
That's a wrap.
We unpacked those tough questions,
That's what I did.
explored RoleCatcher's AI-powered tools, and even ventured into those exciting alternative career paths.
Yeah.
Hopefully you found this journey informative, inspiring, and empowering.
I hope so.
Now go out there and break a leg.
Yes.
We'll be cheering you on from the sidelines.
Good luck.
Knowing that you're equipped to create those breathtaking costumes.
Yes.
And make your mark on the world.